Hi, welcome to another Code, Cloud and DevOps Ask Me Anything video. In the video today, I got another question and I'm going to read it out to you. And it goes thus. Hi Dev Dara, thanks so much for opening our eyes to the world of DevOps. I'm currently on my journey of DevOps and following a lady's course, TechWorld with Nana, and she seems to get the angle of technologies used. My question is, does the cloud infrastructure as service used, which is AWS, Azure, or GCP, does it matter? And are there pros and cons to any of them? Now, this is a very interesting question because there has been always cloud wars and there will always be cloud wars, but personally, I think it's futile. And the reason I say this is simple, but I'll get to that later in the video. But first, I want to thank you for your question and, the feedback on my videos. Thanks very much for that. Now, this question is something that would confuse, I wouldn't say exactly confuse, but I would say it's a little bit of a concern for people just starting, just like deciding what your first phone should be. Should you get a Samsung or an iPhone or a Techno or a Motorola phone? It's all about choices, right? And it's something that, well, when you see a lot of influencers talk about online, they just say, yeah, this cloud is awesome, go do it. But then they don't go into the details of it. And the reason is a little bit because that's what they do. But I'll answer that question later in the video. Now, to the very first one, you've been following TechWorld with Nana. I follow her also. I follow her content. I watch a lot of her videos. I am actually subscribed to her channel. And I say without any element of doubt that TechWorld with Nana, the channel, the platform, the courses are good. She knows what she's saying. She knows what she's talking about. Her explanations are very detailed. Her illustrations are awesome. So I give it up to her. She's making great content out there. So if you're following her content, that is very, very good. I believe you would learn a lot from her, and I would say keep it up also. And now to discuss if your cloud platform of choosing is really important. I think a lot of beginners or even some professionals in the field get this wrong. Yes, you would have the cloud platform you love so much. For example, I love Azure so much. I use Azure. I will continue to use Azure. But then they say this cloud is better than the other one. The short answer to that is no. There's no cloud that is better than the other one. It's all about service and preference and what your employer uses and then what your personal preferences are. For me, when I was starting off my career, my first point of touch with the cloud world was Microsoft Azure, and that's where I've delved into it for so long and probably will still do a lot of it in the future. If in the nearest future I need to do AWS or GCP or any other cloud that comes up in the future, I would do it. But then there has been no stringent requirement on me to actually go do that. I've dabbled a little bit in the GCP when I was teaching people in my previous 2 jobs, and it's cool. It does what it's supposed to do. Although the user interfaces might differ in the terms of how you navigate and manage resources, but then the fundamentals of all the cloud platforms are still the same. Like talking about redundancy, availability, virtual machines, they offer almost the same set of range of services, if probably not the same. It's just a matter of preference. And of course, just as a joke here, some have better user experience than the other ones. For example, I've tried to use AWS in the past. I did not use it. And the reason for that is simple for me. Their naming convention does not exactly suit what I like. If I wanted to deploy a web app in Azure, for example, I know I will go look for a web app, but in Amazon, I'm looking for another kind of name. In GCP, it has its own name. So the concepts are still the same. The namings are different. The style are different. The management plane is different, but then the underlying fundamental concepts are all the same. So choose whatever cloud you want to choose. Azure, AWS, GCP, it doesn't matter. What matters is you know what you want to do, and you can find the right set of tools and services to accomplish your goal. That is what I think all matters in the world of cloud. The platform you choose, to be honest, doesn't exactly matter because there's always and there will always be a place for all the tools and tech you decide to use in your field. And that is what I honestly think about it. So it doesn't exactly matter what cloud platform you choose, AWS, Azure, GCP, you would be fine with anyone. But I think also, in terms of employability, what you want to do is look around your circle, look around the opportunities coming to you in your area, and go learn that specific class. So if the opportunities coming around you that you see all around you are AWS oriented, go for AWS. If it's all around GCP, go for GCP. If it's all around Azure, go for Azure. Once you understand the fundamental concept, you can pick up any cloud platform if you ever need to in the future. But in terms of current opportunities, look in your field and pick whatever one you think you might get practical experience with fastest, and then just run with it. That is what I will advise generally on a question like this one. So, and of course, it depends on personal project, the kind of contract you are in, your employer, and all those kind of things. For me, I will always look for opportunities around Azure because I've sort of built my expertise around managing that platform. It doesn't mean that in the future an AWS opportunity comes up and I need to learn AWS, I would not be able to, because I've understood the fundamentals of AWS, of Azure rather, of the cloud in extension by learning Azure and using Azure over the years. It's just a matter of knowing the services and how to manage them. And same goes for all of the cloud platforms that I might want to pick in the future. But I think in the nearest or shortest future, I'm still with Azure all the way because I love it. I've been using it for a couple of years. The talks are great. The services are great. Management is great. It just resonates with me. And I think that's really answered your question, and I surely hope it did. If you have further questions or further clarifications, you know exactly how to reach me. Use the code showing right about now on your screen, or scan the QR code showing right about now, and I will try to get to your question as soon as possible. But till I come your way yet with another video, stay safe and goodbye.